So you want to make your personal assets invisible? You are at the right place. In this life, there are always people who don't want to see you win. And they don't have a problem taking all your shit, so you need to protect yourself. You do this by hiding your personal assets and making it much harder for just anyone to locate your assets. And that's what we'll be talking about in this video. Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. I release new content regularly, covering topics like personal finance and money management. Enough talk, let's jump into today's video. Envy is having a discontented feeling of someone or being resentful, which is aroused by someone else's possessions, qualities, or luck. People can be very envious when they see that you are rich and successful and they are not. Their envy leads them to try and take you down or try and take your wealth for themselves. Very rich people are the most sued people in the world, especially if the public knows that you are rich. Sometimes it's for legitimate reasons, and most of the time it's just opportunistic people trying to see what they can get out of you. That's where it becomes important to protect your personal assets by making it invisible. And people are different. Some people would like to hide their assets for illegal reasons like tax evasion. However, there are legitimate and legal ways to protect and manage your assets. We're gonna be looking at some of the ways to do this. Asset protection refers to a set of legal and financial strategies used to safeguard one's wealth and assets from potential risks, including lawsuits, creditors, taxation, and other financial threats. The primary goal of asset protection is to minimize exposure to these risks and ensure that, in the event of adverse circumstances, individuals or businesses can retain as much of their wealth as possible. It's important to emphasize that asset protection should always be conducted within the bounds of the law and ethical standards. Asset protection measures can help shield personal assets from being used to satisfy judgments in legal disputes or lawsuits. This is especially important for individuals in professions with high liability risks, such as doctors or business owners. If you owe money to creditors, asset protection strategies can help protect certain assets from being seized to satisfy debts. However, it's important to note that fraudulent transfers to avoid creditors are illegal and can be reversed by the courts. Certain asset protection structures can offer tax advantages and help individuals or businesses reduce their tax liabilities legally. Some asset protection strategies can also provide a degree of privacy by keeping your financial affairs confidential, which can be important for high net worth individuals. Asset protection is often a component of estate planning. It ensures that your wealth is distributed according to your wishes and can minimize estate taxes. Now that you know better what asset protection is, let's now look at some common asset protection strategies. Strategy number 1, you could start an asset protection trust. Depending on your jurisdiction, you may be able to set up trusts that protect your assets from creditors. These trusts are typically created for the benefit of your family or heirs and are managed by a trustee. These trusts are specifically designed to protect assets from creditors and legal judgments. They are typically irrevocable and managed by a trustee. An asset protection trust is a self-settled trust in which the grantor can be designated as a permissible beneficiary and allowed access to the funds in the trust account. If it is properly structured, its goal is that creditors won't be able to reach the trust's assets. In addition to providing asset protection, a domestic act offers other benefits, including state income tax savings when situated in a no-income tax state. An asset protection trust is a trust vehicle that holds an individual's assets with the purpose of shielding them from creditors. Asset protection trusts offer the strongest protection you can find from creditors, lawsuits, or any judgments against your estate. And APT can even help deter costly litigation before it begins, or it can influence the outcomes of settlement negotiations favorably. Number 2, we have limited liability entities. Creating legal entities like limited liability companies or corporations can help separate personal assets from business liabilities. This separation protects your personal wealth from legal action when your company gets sued. Without an LLC and someone wanted to take away everything you had and not just what's owned by your business, they could. Number 3, insurance. Adequate insurance coverage, such as liability insurance or an umbrella policy, can provide a layer of protection against unexpected financial losses. Number 4, diversification. Spreading your investments across different asset classes can reduce risk and protect your wealth from market volatility. Strategy number 5, we have estate planning. Proper estate planning can help protect your assets and ensure they are distributed according to your wishes. This can involve creating wills, establishing trusts, and naming beneficiaries for your accounts and insurance policies. Never put all your eggs in one basket. Also, explore other places around the world. Other places could have better tax regimes, better interest rates, and even a bigger market. There's a bigger world out there. Number 6. Diversification. Diversifying your investments across different asset classes and geographic regions can help spread risk and protect your wealth. Consult with a financial advisor to develop an investment strategy that suits your goals. Number 7. Legal structures. Depending on your situation, you might consider forming legal entities like corporations, limited liability companies, or partnerships to protect your personal assets from business liabilities. Number 8. We have insurance. Having the right insurance coverage, such as liability insurance or an umbrella policy, can help protect your personal assets from legal claims or lawsuits. Number 9. Retirement accounts. In many jurisdictions, retirement accounts offer asset protection. These accounts are typically shielded from creditors. Lastly, we have estate planning tools. Wills, revocable living trusts, and other estate planning tools that can help protect assets during and after your lifetime. Let's look at revocable living trusts. A revocable living trust, often simply referred to as a living trust, is a legal arrangement that allows an individual, known as the grantor or settlor, to place their assets into a trust during their lifetime. Unlike an irrevocable trust, which is difficult or impossible to change once established, a revocable living trust can be altered or revoked by the grantor during their lifetime. This flexibility is one of the key features that make living trusts popular estate planning tools. Here are the main components and features of a revocable living trust. Firstly, we have a grantor or settlor. This is the person who creates the trust and transfers their assets into it. The grantor retains control over the trust during their lifetime and can make changes to it as they see fit. Secondly, we have the trustee. The grantor appoints a trustee to manage the trust assets on their behalf. The trustee can be the grantor themselves or another individual or entity. If the grantor becomes incapacitated or passes away, the trustee takes over the management of the trust for the benefit of the trust's beneficiaries. Thirdly, we have beneficiaries. These are the individuals or entities who will receive the assets held in the trust upon the grantor's death. Beneficiaries can include family members, friends, charities, or other organizations. Fourthly, we have assets. The grantor transfers assets, such as real estate, bank accounts, investments, and personal property, into the trust. These assets are held and managed by the trustee for the benefit of the beneficiaries. You also have to take into consideration the revocability. As the name suggests, a revocable living trust is revocable, meaning the grantor can make changes to the trust terms or even dissolve the trust entirely during their lifetime. This flexibility is one of the primary advantages of a living trust. One of the primary benefits of a revocable living trust is that it can help assets avoid the probate process upon the grantor's death. Probate is a legal process that can be time-consuming and costly, and it involves validating a will and distributing assets to heirs. Assets held in a living trust typically pass directly to beneficiaries outside of probate. Living trusts are not generally part of the public record, providing a level of privacy that wills do not offer. This means that the details of your estate plan, including asset distribution, are not publicly disclosed. It's important to note that revocable living trusts offer several advantages. They also come with some administrative requirements. The grantor must actively transfer assets into the trust, and they must manage those assets during their lifetime. Additionally, the trust must be properly funded and maintained to achieve its intended benefits. It's essential to follow the laws and regulations of your country and be transparent with your financial activities. Always seek legal and financial advice from qualified professionals to ensure your asset protection strategies are legal, ethical, and aligned with your long-term financial goals. It's important to note that making personal assets invisible or attempting to hide them in an illegal or fraudulent manner is not only unethical, but also often illegal. Taxes, financial regulations, and legal obligations vary from country to country, but hiding assets with the intention of evading taxes or creditors can lead to serious legal consequences, including fines and imprisonment. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit that like button if you find this video helpful. And if you have any questions or suggestions, also leave them in the comments section below and tell me what video you'd like to see me do next. I'd love to hear from you. Goodbye.